right, so first off, you see we're combing the hair out to get all the hair off the scalp, get it lifted up. A brush wouldn't be able to do this. You want to use your comb so that it can pull all the hair up. So here now you see I have my Andy Slimline Pro LIs, and I'm putting in my balding line. Now you want to make sure, starting at the bottom corner ridges of the sidebars, you want to make sure that the balding line is even all the way around the head. Don't try to fastball it, speedball it, and just put in a line real fast just to get one in, feeling like it doesn't have any importance, because it does. You want to make sure everything is all symmetrical around the head. And also, when putting in your balding line, you want to make sure that it fits the contour shape of that person's head. Not all balding lines are going to look the same. Now we're going to be doing a mid fade, so you want to make sure that it fits your client's head. Now right here, just now, you know, I'm doing some I'm cleaning up the hair, you know, getting it scalped down to, you know, that clean baby skin look, baby. You know, getting it down clean, fresh. Go over your areas multiple times. Don't just run the clippers over at one time and think that is complete. Me, I'm very repetitive, so I like to go over certain areas multiple times, you know, just to get that clean desired look. It should be as clean as possible, as clean as possible. And as you can see, these liners are definitely hidden. They hidden. I actually like these more so than I like my T-liners. I use my T-liners for different things. Some lineups, some designs, and some cleanup work towards the bottom of the line when I'm trying to take out the bottom of my balding lines. But these Andy Slimline Pros, I love them, man. They hit. I zero gapped them, and they hidden, as y'all can see. So now, still using those Andy Slimline Pros, you know, and with your brush, I want to bump out that bottom line, that balding line that we just put in. See, because I used the liners, it put a hard, harsh line around the head. So in order to make it easier for me to get that line out, I'm tapping at that line, or with a flick out motion, flicking up just a little bit to help me soften up that line so that I can blend it out easier when I go into my transitioning for the fade. So just around the head, you want to follow that same balding line that you put in and just tap at that line. You're just softening that line up just to make it easier to blend it out towards the end of the fade. And you're going to do that all the way around the head. And rock with the beat, baby. All right, now, so you see, with my lever all the way open, I'm putting in my first guideline. I'm going up about a 1/2 inch, and you're gonna make this line, you're gonna follow that same balding line. You're gonna follow that line all the way around the head. Again, please make sure that you're keeping the width of the distance for this first guideline even all the way around the head. I'm gonna say this again. You don't want to speedball this and have an uneven guideline going around the head, because you're gonna see in your fading or in your blending, it won't look consistent. And it has to be consistency, man. You gotta have that art that it's like photography. You gotta have, just some people just have that eye. Everybody doesn't have that eye. But with a fade, when you walk out there in that sun, you're gonna see the imperfections. You're gonna see like, man, that fade doesn't look that clean. So make sure you stand on top of your consistency. So now you see right here, so these clippers are zero gap. So now I'm just blending out that bottom line And as you can see, I'm also adjusting my lever, open and close. You want to get used to adjusting your lever, open and close. It would never just always be closed or all the way open. Sometimes it'll be you adjust it midway. It'll be a quarter, or I mean, you're just gonna be flicking up, open up, open close, open close, open close continuously in your barbering. Continuously when you're doing any type of cut, any type of fading, any type of blending, you're gonna be doing that. So we're just cleaning up that middle line. I'm sorry, not the bottom line, but we're cleaning up that middle line just to get that transition to look clean and blend as perfectly as possible. And again, go over your areas. Don't just think because you run the clippers across at one time that is good. Go over your areas. And as you can see, I'm turning my clippers in the direction of the way that the hair grains are growing. We're going against the grain, so you want to make sure you're following the grain of the hair. Whatever direction is growing, you cut in that same direction. That's the only way you're going to get those clean blends. Man, I'm excited about this cut. What's up? Repetitions, baby, repetitions. Y'all see, it's coming together. Just keep blending. So I threw on my number 1 guard, and as you can see, usually I would go with the number 1 guard all the way open, but for this particular fade, I close my lever all the way, and I'm putting in that second guideline. Again, went up about a 1/2 inch on this. And we're keeping it symmetrical and contoured to the shape of his head, and even width with the other guidelines that we've already previously set. And we're continuing that all the way around the head. Again, I'm going to keep saying this again. Make sure you keep it even. Make sure you keep the width consistent around the entire head so that the blend will be nice. You want that blend to look nice, man. Consistency. Look at that smile on his face. So right here, man, y'all see I got my 1.5 guard on, and I'm gonna start softening up that line, that guideline that I just put in. It's not necessarily gonna take out that line, but it's gonna soften it up. It's gonna soften up that line, which basically means the bulkiness at the bottom of the line or at the brim of the line is going to soften that up so that I can come right behind it and clean it up. I have different ways of how I do my fades all the time. I don't always use the same fading method all the time. I've been trying different ways just to see what's most effective for me. And you'll find that out the more heads you cut. There's different ways of fading. There's different steps you can take in fading. This isn't my only way. Again, I've been trying different ways. So this is just the method that I use for this cut. But you're gonna love it in the end. The blend came out nice. And it's all coming together. Consistency, going over your areas multiple times, making sure you get every hair. So as you can see, like I was talking about, I put my number 1 guard on, my lever is all the way open. But you're gonna also see I'm gonna be adjusting my lever as I continue around the head, doing some cleanup work. This basically, you just, as I got from a barber I follow, Captain Smash, he says he calls this his mop check, or his mop check. Just go around the head, checking for little imperfections in the fade, any bulkiness you might see, soften it up, opening and closing your lever. Get used to opening and closing that lever. And again, I threw on my 1/2 guard again for some more cleanup work because I'm into the detail of my cuts. I'm just cleaning up any little spots that you see. You go back into the fade. Don't think that the cut is done just because you went through every single guideline. that you blended out every single thing that you did within that guard for that particular step. No, go back, look over your work. As an artist, you look over your work. So right here, I have my T outliners. Now I'm doing a little bit of cleanup work for that bottom line, that balding line that we put in, and just using the corners of my blade. I'm using a flick out motion, and I'm just flicking at that bottom line, because you don't want to be able to see that line in your blend. You don't want to be able to see where it ends or where it begins. So I'm just flicking at that bottom line, just, you know, cleaning it up a little bit more than what it was. And as you can see, it's coming together. Like that blend is there, baby. Like it's there. Y'all see what it's doing. So now the hair was already at its desired length, but just knocking down some of the frizz at the top, you know, just cleaning it up a little bit. Again, paying attention to details to your cut, making sure that you have the best look for your client. You know, you're an artist and this is your canvas. So I'm just getting it down to that clean, desired look that I'm going for. Knock down that frizz. Brush the hairs down. Make sure that everything is laid. And as you can see, it's working out. Now in this particular area on the side, you want to make sure that you're cutting in the direction of which the hair is growing. Most definitely. Now, I know y'all like those crispy lines, so right here I'm spraying on my holding spray for that line so it can be sharp. You can get that nice white ash line, and he gonna be in the game. So, going in with my razor, cleaning them up, getting this line to perfection. With this lining, it's definitely the icing on the cake. Your lining is everything. You want to make sure that is even on both sides, especially your corner bars. You know, keep them aligned with the eyebrows. You have to pay attention to the eyebrows when you're lining your client's head. That's what it gives you the distance on your lining, and perfect it. So now, as you can see, I laid my client back, sharpening up that line, giving them that nice white ash line, you know, just to make the lining pop a little bit more. But you see, it's crispy. Like he in the game, we doing it. He definitely crispy. The lining came out excellent. This razor is really hidden. This ash line making it pop. And we going against the grain. See, when you're going with the grain with your razor, you can't really get that line like that, not that crispy. So you lay the client back and you go against the grain. And as you can see, you're gonna get that nice crispy line. Crispy. So YouTube, this is the cut, man. Y'all see him, he in the game. That blend came out sick. If you like the cut, please smash that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. J-E the Anointed Barber. Coming from Money Cuts Barbershop. If you like the beat in the video, check out the link in the bio. J-Keyz Production.